It's Wednesday evening. I just got home from work and I'm looking at the opening here, and Steve has this prepped to put the French door in. I noticed that he took, it was a 2x4, this whole plate of the wall was here. He took that out and you can see the different levels. So we got our floor, our subfloor, all the built-up material, the thin set. And that's where the French door is going to land. He had to open up the space by about a foot. So the king stud is on the left. That goes from the floor all the way up to the top plate. And then the jack stud is right here. And that goes up to the header that goes across. So I noticed he had to notch this a little bit to get the correct height for the door. So he cut that just a little bit thinner all the way across. And here's the same thing over here. The one that goes up to the top plate, that's the king stud, and the one underneath here is the jack stud, if I'm remembering correctly my terminology for framing. So that's the opening for the French door. The door itself is in the back here. It's covered in plastic, and the reason we did that is Manny was in here with his tile saw. We didn't want any of the grit from the saw or the splash from the water cooling to get on this. So this is the French door behind here. Expandable foam that was on the bottom between this main beam and the cement floor. You see that tan colored stuff. That right there, that's the expandable foam, because this is an irregular surface. You can see how it tapers to practically, no gap over there to about 2 inches down here and back up again. So we had put expandable foam in there. So that's been trimmed straight. And what we'll do on this surface is we'll also put a PVC board so that when we put the leveling compound in here to level off this cement floor, the cement won't be right up against the wood. It'll be like a PVC board between the cement and this wood. And that's standard practice. You don't want cement right on wood because it'll wick away some of the moisture. And there's a potential to do some rot. So we got a question from our friend Tanya. What are we going to do about these beams? So what we're going to do is face these with sheetrock and paint them the same color as the ceiling. This way they kind of blend in with the ceiling and they're not so obvious that they're sticking down. We did the same thing in our living room. I can take you for a walk over there to show you that. So the walls are kind of like a light brown, and the ceiling is a white. So this is the kind of treatment we're going to do on the beams in the kitchen. This way they just sort of blend in with the rest of the room and they're not real obvious. So we'll cover them up with sheetrock on all sides, and we'll paint them the same color as the ceiling color. So it'll be the same thing there. We don't really want any contrast. We want these to kind of blend in. And Steve's also got to put some sheetrock up here. This is the part of the kitchen that we pushed out onto the porch. So we took about a third of the porch space and we turned it into kitchen space. And this little alcove here is going to house the refrigerator and the pantry cabinets. So this will also be all sheetrocked in as well. So here's the update. Just got home. It's Thursday night. And Steve has got the ceiling on in the alcove for the refrigerator and the pantry cabinets. He's also got the ceiling on the rest. He's just got one little piece on there to do. He wanted to get the sheetrock up before he puts the door in, just to avoid any running into it with anything. So there's the other part he has to finish up, and he's going to close that wall out as well. So making some good headway. Oh, look at his workbench. Looks sort of organized like mine. Not too shabby. Let's do an aerial surveillance. There we go. Here's all the gear. And there's the workspace.